Hello there, my lovely ladies and gents. This is Hayes the Third, Hayes the White Magician. This is my first YouTube video, and I don't know, I'm a bit apprehensive right now. I'm currently outside of a Starbucks in which there are people sitting, walking in and out, and I'm just here, acting on my humanity. Hi, how are you doing? I got friends, people who work at this establishment who I've made acquaintance with, and I'm just gonna get, right into it. This is the year 2018. We know it to be the year 2018 by man standards, but when we add the numbers 2018, we get the numbers 11. And when we reduce it to a single digit number, we get the number 2 because 1 plus 1 is 2. Um, so really, we're in year 2. We're in year 2 of this, divine wave of enlightenment that is striking the earth at rapid speeds. This awakening that is rushing, um, the human race right now. And it's showing itself up in a lot of conflict. We can see that within our society, our respective communities, cities, governmental forms, we're seeing a shift in leadership, and we are seeing shifts in consciousness among the human population, among popular culture, among the majority, um, in a very, very awesome and charismatic way. In a very awesome and charismatic way. And I know that many people may feel like they know what's going on, or they know, how to handle situations. But the truth is, we are all under attack. We're all under attack from something. You know, whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're yellow, brown, purple, or gold, we're all under attack. You know, and the fight for our soul purpose, our soul humanity is very, very real. And I'm basically an argument and desensitized from this attack, this attack on our souls. Many of us are waking up every day, to go to a job or a career that is getting us, money and providing security financially and materialistically. But 99% of us here on the earth plane don't even realize our soul purpose. SOUL, our soul purpose, which is embedded in us before we were born, or before we had a name, before we knew that we were white or black. We had a soul purpose. We had a soul makeup. We had a astrological DNA makeup. We have an astrological DNA makeup that makes up our life and the things that we are to encounter and the things that we are to accomplish and learn and deal with while we're here on earth. Um, and I've come to the understanding that you know, I am that I am. I am what I am. As above, so below. And that makes up my whole entire regime of living. My whole entire purpose is to be fulfilled in higher things. Things that don't necessarily get the thumbs up here in the earthly realm because of what I'm being told I should do, the expectations to meet a standard, that have been placed on me like shackles, you know, getting my mind, helping me, coercing me to step into a routine that is opposite of my natural humanity, my natural human expression. And that's all of us. If you haven't realized it, well, I'll probably be the first to tell you that you're under attack every day. Yeah, we are under attack. And I'm here to shed light in the darkness and to be a way shower to those who feel as though they are lost, to those who feel that they might have it together, to those who just don't know what the fuck, whether I'm going up, whether I'm going down, whether I'm going left, whether I'm going right. I nominate myself, I elect myself to be the sole provider of truth, in a wayward land, in a land filled with mystified delusion, compromising behaviors, residual impact of pain and violence that's inflicting upon us psyche and body. So I have some works of art, some piece of literature, some work that I would like to present. And this is a piece, a poem, a spoken word that I wrote entitled "The Symptoms of Black Americans," because I'm specifically speaking to a people, a generation that has been totally led astray by the ploy and the plot of Western culture, capitalism, and useless social doctrine. And starting, 3 years ago, in 2015, maybe 14, 4 years ago, I started waking up. The light bulb started going off in my head, the ding, 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 the bells rang. And I had to come to an understanding of my soul purpose through conflict and rage and humiliation. I had to overcome my own vain perspectives in order to really get to the core of who I am, who I was, who I've always been as a human being. And yeah, it's been a very, very healing journey for me this past year. Today's May the 7th. Yeah, last May was the end of a cycle for me. And now this new cycle has begun. This new regime of faith, I'll say, this new regime of faith, this new calling card, this new gold member card of complete and total salvation has produced itself to me. And I know for a fact that I am completely guided and led by the laws of the universe. I'm completely led by God, the Most High, to be a light, to be the light, and to instill in my people and all peoples the will to live freely, openly, and honestly of slavery of all sorts. So this song, sorry, not this song, but this poem, hey, it could be a song, is called Symptoms of Black Americans. symptoms of blackness is victimized violence, trapped in your cages and ghettos of silence, ridiculed fools, and criticized critics. These are the symptoms of black Americans. Ingeniously indentured to serve false gods, unhopefully willing you have to steal and rob to make up for the tax that they cut from your job. These are the symptoms of black Americans. Ridiculous reasoning and salted seasoning. It's hot dogs and top ramen noodles every evening. Kids express their dis-ease, but you call it complaining. These are the symptoms of blacks in America. Wild hysteria and cancerous thoughts, trying to compensate with all the polo that you bought, pretending for fun as if you'll never get caught. These are the symptoms of black Americans. Lovers of pride and haters of truth. That old-time religion is poisoning the youth. Then we get mad and you say, young man, where's your proof? These are the symptoms of black Americans. For the longest time, for 21 years of my life, I knew not myself apart from the livelihood or the standards of Western culture. This Western culture is the disease that is infecting all of us. You know, the standards and values of Western culture has what derailed me and those before me and those here with me from complete and total self-expression of freedom and love. Because what is it that we're actually chasing? What is it we're serving in this home of the brave and land of the free? You know, what are we serving? Are we sure it's God we're serving? The in God we trust? The in God, you know, we lynch black men, 20-year-old black men in their grandmother's backyards? What do you mean when you say in God we trust? Do you know what it is that you're really saying? Are you sure it's God? What are you obligated to? What is your main obligation here on this earth realm, in this earthly dimension? What is your main humanity obligation? How are you fulfilling that obligation? What is leading you to think the thoughts that you're thinking? Why do you feel the things you do? Why do you feel pressured to get up and go to a job every day to make ends meet? Breaking your back, compromising yourself for things, for people, for standards that are not real. Wake up. Be alert. Be present. Because a brand new thing is taking place. A brand new regime of perfection is taking place. And for those who are wondering when the rapture is going to happen, the rapture has already taken place. And it can still take place, but it has to take place first and still in your mind, in your heart. By becoming one with yourself, by becoming one with God, by becoming one with yourself, and then aligning yourself to heavenly principles, to universal principles that are always going to be true. Because the sun rises up every single solitary day. You know, the sun rises every day, and nobody asks it to, but it just does. You know, it just does. And it never burns us up. It never, accidentally bumps into us. You know, we drive our cars day in and day out, and you know we're relying on cars to get us back and forth and to be our end all be all, and we cause accidents every day in cars. These perfect machines, you know, these things that we revere. But the heavenly vehicles that don't have that we know nothing about their mechanic makeup, you know, we don't know anything about how the sun really operates, but yet it keeps us. It doesn't hurt us. It lives for us, and we live by it. So, you know, just awareness, you know, of the smoke bag that you've been sold. You know, the bag of tricks that have been administered as a prescription drug to your everyday situation. You know, I'm just a vessel, you know, and I'm here to act on my humanity, you know. So if I was to get more specific and I guess not egotistical, but going more into my labeling of myself, you know, I'm a singer, a songwriter, a poet, an actor, an entertainer, a community activist, a brother, a son, a friend. I'm a person, I'm a human being, I'm a soul in a body. And I have every right of freedom of self-expression, you know. And I'm just here to be a vessel, to act on my humanity, to be a portal of light and love. So thank you for watching the video. Um, I speak love, I speak truth, love, light, and justice into your situation, into your homes, into your lives. And I ask that you too will continue to seek truth and act more on your humanity and become a more well-rounded individual. Because in this day and age, we need more well-rounded individuals. Excuse me, I gotta open the door. No problem. Yeah, see, just acting on my humanity, you know. The lady, she was in a wheelchair and, you know, she needed to get inside and she tried to struggle to open the door and, you know, I was able to get up and open the door for her, you know. Not bragging, but just acting on my humanity. My humanity said, you know, get up and open the door for her, you know, because I would want somebody to do that for me. So, again, at the beginning of the video, I didn't introduce myself in the correct order. I am Hayes, the White Magician, also known as Hayes the Third. Hayes the Third, I. And I am here. I am present and I am available to be used accordingly, wholeheartedly, and act on my humanity. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Describe. Please subscribe. Tell somebody else. Be a light. Share the love. And let's roll our way through this humanity, y'all. Let's roll our way. Let's continue to climb our way up the ladder of truth and self-discovery. Thank y'all. God bless. Peace, love, light.